Hi, my name is Leesa Grief. I live in Missouri. I've been an avid reader since I was little. My mom took a children's lit class and kind of got me hooked as well when I was really young. A picture book that I like is called Egbert, the Slightly Cracked Egg. It goes through our differences. This egg is cracked in the refrigerator and everyone kicks him out. And I love this book though because he decides to travel and leave the fridge, and he goes to places like the Grand Canyon and paints pictures of himself, a volcano with a crack. He discovers there's cracks everywhere in the world, and he's making new friends and seeing famous cracked sites. So it's just a great book about overcoming or not being self-conscious and not worrying about kind of what people think and just being yourself. Then another great children's book my daughter has misplaced somewhere, The Children's Book of Virtues by William J. Bennett. And this book goes through a lot of great stories that just cover morality or virtues. There's one about Genghis Khan and a hawk and a snake. The hawk was his best friend, and he was trying to save his life from a poisonous snake in a river, and instead Genghis Khan had him killed because the hawk would not let him get a drink. So he killed his bird, and then later found out that poison was dripping in over the river, and the bird actually saved his life. So just stories like that to try to teach children about life and about forgiveness and kindness. It's a great book. Then in third grade, I had an elementary school teacher who read to us out loud Mrs. Frisbee and the Rats and Nim. This is by Robert C. O'Brien. Great book. She read it and I was hooked from this book. This is one of the first that I remember thinking, I want to read more on kind of everything. Not like the movie at all. If you haven't ever read it, you've got to read the actual book. It's nothing like the movie. My mom is a huge fan of C.S. Lewis, so I have all the Chronicles of Narnia. They're pretty beat up. I have a nicer copy together, but these ones were the ones that I had when I was a child. And every summer she'd have a readathon and do it in our backyard. And we were able to have snacks and goodies, and the snacks helped. We just all sat in the yard and read for hours in the summers, and that was a lot of fun. Those are great memories that I have of it as a child. The next two are from the same author. The Witch of Blackbird Pond and The Bronze Bow are both by Elizabeth George Spear. They are very well done. They both got Newbery Award medals, and I love Elizabeth George Spear. They're two of my favorites from growing up. Got to read those. Island of the Blue Dolphins, another one my mom got me into. This one is by Scott Odell. And of course, A Wrinkle in Time. Don't see the new movie. They kind of killed it. This book is wonderful, and the series that goes with it. And that is by Madeline Leneagle. Natalie Babbitt's Tuck Everlasting. Great book. Talks about the importance of the whole cycle of life and that it's important to pass away. That we can't just live forever, at least here on this earth. And my favorite is probably The Giver by Lewis Lowry. It is such a deep book. Until I'd read it 3 or 4 times, I didn't realize that I think it's a lot about the atonement and the relationship between God and Christ. It's a really deep book, but beautiful. I don't think it's a very good one though to start too early because there's a lot in it. So I'd recommend this one kind of more teenager years than too young on that one. So anyway, something interesting about me. I've always read books. I want to be a literature teacher, so this will be a great class for me. I love historical fiction, especially to teach history with literature. That's kind of a passion of mine, and I'm excited for this class. Thanks.